Welcome back to Guide to Pentesting. In this episode we're going to be covering a really awesome tool called Nikto. Nikto is a web server scanner and can scan web servers for over 6,000 different potentially malicious files. It can also really simply check whether the web server version is outdated and does all kinds of different checks which can make your life quite a lot easier. For this episode we're going to need 4 VMs booted. We need our domain controller, our router, the pfSense machine, the Windows web server, and our Kali machine. Once we have all of those virtual machines booted up, we're just going to log into our Kali machine. Now that we've logged into the Kali machine, what we're going to do is do a quick Nmap scan for port 80 across our entire internal network so that we can find the web server. First, let's check our local IP address. So as you can see, the Kali machine is on our internal network, so let's do the Nmap scan. So we're going to scan our entire /24 network for port 80. So we've got the results of our Nmap scan now, and we can see that there's 2 hosts with port 80 open. We can see the 2.1 here, which has port 80, but we know that's our pfSense machine, so we're not really interested in that. If we scroll further down, we can see that 101 also has port 80 open and is running HTTP. With this information, we can now scan it with Nikto. So Nikto is now going to run a scan and it's going to return loads of information that could be useful to us. So Nikto is now finished. In our case, because we're only running default IIS, we don't have too much information here, but let's go over it. So here we have the allowed HTTP methods. This is really useful information because right here we can see it's got the trace method, and that could mean it's vulnerable to a kind of pseudo cross-site scripting kind of attack. This information is also very useful because I've actually seen out there on the internet servers that still allow you to put and delete from their public directory. A put method allows you to remotely save a file to a web server, and if that's completely unauthenticated, that means you could have uploaded a web shell or something like that. We can see at the top here that it's correctly identified the server version. If we were running a different version of Windows Server, we could have potentially uncovered some vulnerabilities here. For example, if we were running Server 2003, this version number here could give it away. Nikto has also found 2 other vulnerabilities for us. It's saying here that it doesn't have an anti-clickjacking X-frame option. Clickjacking is where an attacker could embed your site inside of theirs and manipulate the user's mouse movements to click on things of their choice. The XSS protection header is also missing, which means if we were able to inject our own code into this website, the web browser would not be prompted to try and block it. So that's it for Nikto, and it's a really powerful tool because, as you can see here, we've got a fairly large amount of information, even just by running it on an empty web server.